Hello guys, so this is a quickie. This is a real quickie. So I'm reading here on Yahoo UK, Yahoo Life UK, and it says here in an article by Bridget Brown and Phoebe Tonks that Prince Harry and Meghan's tours to continue despite interference from royals. Interference from royals. And I thought that was so interesting because yes, I heard that they were, that the royal family was not happy with the trip, but I, it just continues to resonate and it just continues to reverberate and to ricochet. And it goes on and on and on. And every day there are new articles about a trip that's been done a good week or two at this point, right? And Meghan and Harry have moved on. They've celebrated their sixth wedding anniversary. They're busy working on their projects, but it's just everybody's still obsessed, especially it seems people in the palace. And so according to this article, Tom Sykes, who is a Daily Beast royal editor, he shared his thoughts with the UK Express. And he basically said that the government will seek to apply serious diplomatic pressure on friendly states not to host these quasi royal tours. And I was like just gobsmacked by that because it just seems so deep, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's one thing to say that they were jealous and they're upset, but now they're actually applying interference, and they're actually applying serious diplomatic pressure on friendly states not to host these quasi-royal tours. So when you sort of read between the lines, so if a state or country hosts Harry and Meghan, they will be deemed automatically to be unfriendly states to the regime, to the empire, to the Commonwealth, empire in quotes, Commonwealth in quotes. And God only knows what that could actually mean for those states, especially for small states or weak states where, the government, the sovereignty of that country is not really a foregone conclusion the way that it is for other states. There's states that have sovereignty, and what that means is that you can't just what's the word I'm looking for? It begins with a B. You can't just barge your way in to France. France is a country. People live here, right? France has a government. It has, it has its politics. You just can't barge into France. You can't just barge into the United States. You can't just barge into Russia. You can't just barge into Canada. You can't just barge into Malaysia. You can't just barge into China. But there's because why? Because they're sovereign states, right? They're independent. They have their rules, their laws. I mean, if you have an issue, you need to try to resolve your issue. I mean, if you're declaring war, that's different. But you can't just barge in here and come in here and do as you want. But there's certain countries in the world where that's not the case. It's a question mark whether they're countries, it's a question mark whether they're people who live there, it's a question mark whether anybody has to respect anything at all about these countries and these people. And I think we know where those countries are largely located. They're all in Africa, all right, or in the Middle East, right? You just barge in. And so to me, what it sounds like here is that if a state is deemed unfriendly by the British state, because Britain is a state, it's a nation, it's a country, people have rights, they have sovereignty, they're real people there, right? Real governments. And so if a state becomes, or a country becomes, an unfriendly state in the eyes of the UK because Meghan and Harry were allowed to visit in any capacity, whether it's to discuss the Invictus Games or whatever, God only knows what will happen to those countries. Because certainly any country in Africa, I don't care how many people live there, like Nigeria has over 200 million people, need to be very, very careful because these people, They will just barge in and they will come with their friends and they will find a pretext to come in, a pretext to just barge in and do whatever it is that they want to do. All because, when I said that Meghan could potentially cause World War III, people just laughed because they don't understand that this could happen. This could actually happen. Anyway, that's all for this one. Thank you for listening. Let me know your thoughts on this. There's diplomatic pressure on friendly states statement. What are your thoughts? And if you're not following, definitely click that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, share the videos on your social media platforms, and yeah, come back tomorrow for more.